So the big question in 2024 is whether the polls have compensated for that, whether they still have trouble getting Trump supporters, or perhaps if they've overcompensated for their inability to get Trump supporters in the past two elections, perhaps we're actually undercounting Harris supporters this time around. And so what's interesting about that Ann Seltzer poll is that, one, she's a highly respected pollster, as you said. She polls mostly in Iowa, but one thing she does differently is she doesn't come in with a lot of assumptions about what the electorate's going to look like. She says, I look at the data, and the data tells me who's going to turn out to vote. And so she says that Kamala Harris has a 3-point advantage in Iowa. That's surprising, given that Trump has won the state by large margins the past two elections. And if her numbers are right, it makes us question whether maybe some of the other polls that we've been seeing in swing states have been right all along, or whether they have been undercounting the Harris voters, again, because of the experience pollsters have had over the past couple of cycles.
Does it, in any sense, Gregory, give you an indication of a direction that voters are moving in that we could extrapolate from Iowa, even though Iowa, to our knowledge and to the general political watchers' knowledge, isn't even in play right now?
Iowa's an interesting state, right? And we were there in January for the caucuses. It's a state that Barack Obama won the caucuses, and he won the general election twice, and then Trump won the general election twice. It has moved further to the right than any other state in the union over the past few cycles. It is a state where populists do well. And so if this is an indication that Kamala Harris is sort of cloaking herself in the change mantle, which of course is remarkable given the fact that she's been the vice president for 4 years and yet still has managed to separate herself in voters' minds from the incumbent president, Joe Biden. If she's successful in doing that, then that might help explain the Iowa results, in addition to what Ann Seltzer was just saying, the abortion issue being a powerful motivator there. You would have to look then to Wisconsin, which is the closest swing state economically and geographically from Iowa, and think, well, maybe if Harris is doing better than expected in Iowa, maybe she's also doing better than expected in Wisconsin, from what the polls have been telling us there.